So just what do narcissistic people fear? We can go on the criteria of the disorder, such as that sense of entitlement, a lack of empathy, envious of other people, their arrogance, their grandiosity, their requirement to seek that external source of admiration, attention, adoration, praise. We can go on those diagnosed narcissistic people who speak out about their fears, and we can go on our own fears. As we are human, we have fears. It's normal to have fears. Unfortunately, a lot of our fears when around a narcissistic person keeps us trapped with that narcissistic person, when those fears should be teaching us that we need to take a safe step away from that person. So a few things that narcissistic people fear, and one is losing their supply. Narcissistic people are looking for supply, whether that's a supply of belongings, material possessions, a supply of attention, whether that's to sell the world around them, an illusion, whatever supply it is that narcissistic person is looking for. If they have not got a new source of supply lined up, they're going to fear losing the supply they have got, which is why they go all out to control the supply they have, why they go all out to financially isolate the supply they have, to isolate the supply they have from friends and from family, so that supply cannot walk out on them, to devalue the supply into feeling that they're not worthy, they're not good enough, that they can't do any better, which a narcissistic person will tell you. You'd be nothing without me. Who'd put up with you? Because they fear losing you. So they're going to go all out to trap you. And as they have made you dependent on them financially, and to have somebody around because you've lost all those that you were once close to due to the narcissist manipulation, telling you not to trust that friend of yours, that your parents interfere too much. So then you fear losing them, and you might end up feeling like you're then the narcissistic one. And it's the difference behind the behaviour. They've isolated you so that you have no one, so that they don't lose you. You've become isolated because you cared about them, and you fear losing them because you've now no longer got anyone left to turn to other than the very person who's manipulating you. Their old supply, exposing them. We've all done things in life that we're perhaps not proud of. We've all made mistakes that in hindsight we wish we hadn't have done, or made a wiser choice, even if we didn't have all the information to make the choice we needed at that given time. So we can have all done things that we're not necessarily proud of. The most people in these kinds of relationship, it can lead them to taking a drink or two and making errors in judgment. So we can fear people telling others our biggest secrets. We can tell people things in the strictest of confidence that we don't want other people to know about, not recognising that most people have cobwebs in their closets. So we can fear these things. However, with a narcissistic person, they need to be perceived as perfect. They don't make mistakes. And they do not want people to recognise just how exploitative, abusive and toxic they are, because then they will lose their supply. With a narcissistic person, it's not a mistake, it's a pattern of manipulative, exploitative behaviour to get their needs met. If they're busy playing the victim, they don't want the victim exposing what the narcissist actually did, because people are going to look poorly on the narcissist. They want people to look poorly on the ex, while the narcissist laps up all the sympathetic attention. and they're going to smear people's names. Yet when the genuine victim speaks out, the narcissist is then going to accuse the genuine victim of smearing them because they fear exposure, not getting the admiration, the praise, the credit that they believe they're entitled to. Now, this can go one or two ways with non-narcissistic people. A non-narcissistic person can work hard on something and someone comes and takes it from them and they've been exploited. So they're rightfully going to be angry. They're rightfully going to want to expose that person and say, hey, look, this was mine. You've taken it from me. And they want the credit for their work, so to speak, their achievement. When people feel like they've been treated unfairly and someone else has got the prize that they deserved, then people are going to want the credit they believe they're entitled to. Now, you can also have people that work hard and they're not bothered if other people take it, so as long as people are viewing it, people are seeing it. They're not bothered if they've done something for another person. They don't particularly want everyone telling everyone what a kind gesture that person they've done for that person. They shy away from the praise and the compliments because they've not done it for the other people. They've not done it for the other people to appreciate them. They've not done it for the praise. They've done it to help somebody else out because it does make themselves feel better in a way. And it makes them feel worse when people praise them for it and put the spotlight on them. With a narcissistic person, they seek that excessive admiration, attention and praise so that they don't have to deal with who they are as a person, because they can then look around at the people who are telling them how amazing they are to cover up who they truly are. Will they like me? Will they appreciate me? Will they do that for me? And they're looking for that from people. So they fear when they're no longer getting the attention they believe they're entitled to, which is why they will go around ruining special occasions simply because somebody else is getting all the attention that they believe it's unfair that they get the attention, even though it's that person's birthday or that person's graduation. They only graduated with thanks to the narcissist's help, so why are they getting all the attention? Losing control of somebody else's mind is another fear of a narcissistic person, which is why they will throw major childlike tantrums in order to regain control of other people's minds. Losing control sends them into chaos. Now, we can all like that certainty within our life, and when certain uncertainty hits, it gives us that sense of loss of control. However, we're not looking to manipulate and exploit. Narcissistic people are manipulating and exploiting, so they want to regain control of the situation quickly. Indifference. Now, when somebody, such as a narcissistic person, has hurt us and then shows a lack of concern, a lack of sympathy, a lack of interest, blames us, shames us for the pain they've caused us, this hurts us. Naturally, it's going to. When they stand there with a glint in their eye watching you cry over the pain they've caused you, it's going to hurt. We don't tend to naturally fear this as such, it just hurts when it happens. Narcissistic people fear that their sob stories aren't going to give them the attention they believe they're entitled to, that their opinion isn't going to cause the conflict that they wanted it to, because they're seeking that attention. So when people show them that indifference and lack concern for their victim plays, this hurts their ego and they look for new ways to manipulate. People moving on without the narcissist, moving on and doing well without the narcissist. As a narcissistic person believes they're the best thing since sliced bread, they don't approve of people moving on without them or doing well without them. Anyone who has done well, that's thanks to the narcissist. Whatever the narcissist did, whatever the narcissist provided for that person, they are incredibly envious people. They are envious of people who they perceive to be doing better than themselves. So they don't want people moving on. They don't want people doing well. They don't want people succeeding. They want to sabotage people. They want to pull people down so they can feel better about who they are as a person. There are plenty of things that people fear and plenty of things that narcissistic people fear. Any that you noticed, please add those into the comments. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers, and your continued support with the channel is greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot come no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.